If you haven't seen the live reaction to this chapter, Bleach in this corner right here, blah, annotation, click on that annotation or click in the link in the box below and it will take you to the live reaction of Bleach chapter 617 that I did yesterday. Watch that, then come back to me for the review of this chapter. And I gotta say, this chapter, Aizen Sosuke, the god of what was the Rankura Saga, is now back in action. He's here to play. He's roaming about, already trolling. Keep trolling. That's his job. That's his fucking mission in life. To troll the Bleach verse and the Bleach fandom once again. That's how, literally, Kubo took himself and he, infused himself in the Bleach series. And, lo and behold, poof, out came Aizen. And it is what it is. I love Aizen. He's a cool character. So, when it comes to the trolling, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I let it slide. So, because when there was trolling in the freaking Fullbring arc, there was no slides to me. No. I was a great gate guardian. Yugimoto ain't getting past me. Fuck Joey Wheeler. Shit. We went hard, son. We went hard on the criticism of the Fullbring arc, but that's a different story. This chapter, it really is simple. All right? We're talking about Juha surprise. You have Ukitake who's doing some weird Broly power up, and then it's whatever, dude. He's Mimi Hagi-sama goes up to the damn sky. He's able to stop the shaking temporarily, which is a good thing. So Soifon can move. Mairi comes out and to assist. Well, basically you have, Love, and you have, I've got her name. The chick who is always hitting Hirako Shinji. Small girl. Whatever. One of the visors. Basically, her lot are assisting when it comes to giving Reiatsu to this gate to go to the Soul King Palace. And Mairi, he ass pulls some Reiatsu multiplication machine or some shit like that. I'm like, whatever, ass pull. And then finally, again, you have Aizen. You end on a very good note. Alright? Last chapter, you end on a very good note. This chapter, you end on an even better note. Because you have fucking Aizen. He's like, yo, you have 2 more seals to go, but he's already up and about and shit. You would think Aizen on the fucking chair, he can't move and shit, then the mouth seal's undone, and he starts talking shit. No, he's walking around yeah, Ukitake, good job, but you got 2 more to go, man. I'm feeling a little bit stiff here. My shoulders aren't exactly moving as well as I want them to move. I'm like, bro, fucking Aizen's this guy is the shit. Now, all we need, Mr. Kubo, all we need is Grimmjow. The Bleach fandom is sick and tired of the constant dick tease that is Grimmjow. It's blue balls. We've had blue balls ever since we saw Grimmjow's arm. It's been a year and a half, 2 years since then. That's a long ass time to have blue balls. Tite Kubo, please relieve the Bleach fandom of our blue balls. We must see Grimmjow. At least show his fucking face, for Christ's sakes. God damn it. Alright, so, but in the meantime, I think I can, I'm a little bit relieved. So, I've, busted a few loads here and there with Aizen returning. And, I can sit back and relax for a little bit. I'm like, yeah, okay, so now I'm feeling pretty good, alright? Alright, stress relief. That's what Aizen is. Aizen is stress relief. When he's not overly trolling. But let me focus on, I think, what I think is the biggest thing in the chapter. It's not per se Aizen, nor is it per se. Oh, okay, well, Aizen I think is the biggest thing at the moment, but for the overall sake of this arc, I think the biggest thing is Juha being unable to see Mimi Hagi-sama, and how this was beyond his scope of vision. He is the Almighty, quote unquote. He has the power to pretty much see all things, and he has OD precog. So the question is, how is it that Mimi Hagi-sama, the right arm of the Soul King, how is it that it can operate outside of Juha's precog? Now, I went to the comment section in the live reaction to look at the responses to my comment to see what folks were thinking when it came to the reasons to why Juha couldn't see Mimi Hagi-sama. A few of the reasons were very simple. The Soul King's a god. Mimi Hagi-sama is a god. Therefore, it makes perfect sense. And within the respects of the verse, I guess he is a god. But in actuality, I wouldn't go nearly as far. He's not omnipotent. He's not omnipresent. He's not omniversal. He's not doing any of that shit. He's just not. All right? He's not the one above all over here. So, in that respects, he is a god. But he's limited in that sense. He's just like a mock deity, if you would. And what I will say is that even in that sense, it's not really enough of a justification to say that, okay, because this ties into another point too, which is the power scheme of the Soul King. The Soul King really hasn't done anything from a power standpoint. And actually, given the context of what we learned thus far about the Soul King was created by Soul Society, not the other way around. That doesn't help him from a power standpoint. And this also kind of negates that whole God purpose too, that whole God notion. How can Soul Society create a bona fide God? How does that happen? No. Then clearly God is limited in this sense of Bleach. Because it's clearly stated that the Soul King was just created to maintain the influx of souls into Soul Society so they can just manage shit better. That's what they clearly state. So again, that whole concept of power and God is shaky, very shaky. So we need more of a reason. And then we go into the whole thing about heritage and how he's the father of Juha. And how you kind of have to wonder, how did Juha lose? If Juha had his powers that he has now back 1,000 years ago, when he was taking on Yamamoto Genryusai Company, how did he lose if he could see all things? Good question. Very good question. How the fuck did Juha lose that battle 1,000 years ago? And maybe because the Soul King operated outside, because he could, because he's his pops, he's his daddy. Daddy could operate outside of time. Well, I can't say outside of time, but he can create some type of like barrier or some type of cloak that prevents him from being seen by the eyes of Juha. I mean, the Soul King itself does have these very strange ocular patterns, so it's very fascinating to keep that to look at this situation from that perspective. The Soul King, because he is his father, he can operate outside of the confounds of his son's powers. So this is very fascinating. And also what I heard, or what I read in the comment section, was, I think, maybe the reason as to why this is the case. The father one I would actually be okay with, because it makes sense to a certain degree. But this one I think makes even more sense, which is Mimi Hagi-sama wasn't seen by Juha, in the sense that Mimi Hagi-sama was always inside Ukitake. Ukitake's existence coincided with Mimi Hagi-sama's existence. Juha's powers are not just precognition, but also it's all-seeing. But let's make the assumption that his precog ties into those he can see. So if he cannot see Mimi Hagi-sama, because Mimi Hagi-sama is within the soul of Ukitake, therefore he's cloaked, naturally so, by another entity's presence. This would then mean that he could operate outside, or like, yeah, he could operate outside of Juha's gaze. Because Juha, I think it was either in the manga stream version or the manga panda version, he uses the word escape. Like, how did this entity escape my gaze? And I think that actually makes a lot of sense from that perspective. Because Mimi Hagi-sama was inside the soul, or inside the existence, or coincided with the existence of Ukitake, he was beyond the gaze of Juha because of that reason. He was cloaked by another person's spirit. Therefore, when he appeared, he could then be within the confines of Juha's gaze. So I'm going to go with that one more so than the other options that are available for this assumption or for this theory as to why Juha can't see Mimi Hagi-sama. I mean, it could be as simple as because Mimi Hagi-sama and because the Soul King are in the respects of the Bleachverse gods, quote unquote, created by Soul Society, then it is what it is and he can't see him because they are on a greater power scheme. It could be that simple, but then I highly doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. So, that being said, I'm done. And I'm going to see you guys and gals later. Give me your thoughts, once again, on the topic at hand. And for the moment, if you don't want to give your thoughts about this topic, then just chill and relax. Embrace Aizen Sosuke, as always, yeah, because you know I am. And I mean, Ukitake, I guess one final word on this situation involving him. Like, the way his character is going to go out, I'm not that impressed, to say the least. I mean, I know people are fans of him because he's chill and he's cool, but I need more than just a chill, cool character in order to see him as a good character. And he's... Either way, I'm done. So, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Again, it's not that hard. You have a mouse, click, dislike, like. I'm not. Do whatever you want to do. All right? Do whatever the fuck you want to do. So, have a nice one.